So JSS premiered last night, episode 2 out of 16 for season 6 of The Walking Dead, and I'm gonna give this episode right off the bat a 7.5. Now that is not for the epic battle scene with the wolves and Carol going ninja assassin and Morgan going Avatar Aang and a lot of deaths happening, because that was cool. That was great stuff. I like how we get to see these background characters. They're not background characters, but they're the B team characters that you don't think can handle stuff on their own. You think Rick has to swoop in and save the day, but Rick doesn't show up. Carl and Carol and Maggie and Rosita, who looks super hot in that tank top. Dang, baby, them titties. Anyway, it was pretty great to, you know, the battle was pretty awesome, and Rosita's boobies. But anyway, 7.5 because of Holly. All right, because Holly is an awesome character in the comic books, and she participates in the largest war they have. Holly is one of the coolest characters ever, and she's super hot. And now, presumably, she's dead because Denise the Spaz, who isn't like this at all in the comic books, Denise the Spaz couldn't save her life. Granted, Holly was like bleeding internally and crap, but still, like, what was the point of mentioning Holly constantly? You mention her 3 times in season 5, then in season 6, and now she's just dead. I'm sorry, but like, Robert Robert Kirkman, like, get on your knees and lick my toes, because that's the dumbest crap you've ever done in your life. That is stupid. That's worse than killing off Abraham in issue 98. Okay? It is, because you're essentially hyping up this character, and everyone's excited to see her because she's so awesome in the comics. And I get the comics and the show are a different thing, but even people who just watched the show, I'm pretty sure they were like, "Oh, who's this Holly chick?" And then you kill her off. She doesn't even get any lines. She doesn't even get a cool death, and you just kill her off. It's like there's so many cool Alexandrians that we don't get to see, and now you kill off one of the potentially coolest ones ever. Kill yourself, because that is retarded. That's why this episode gets a 7.5 for me. That's why, because you kill off a character you've been hyping the crap out of, and you spit in my face, and you take an open dump in my mouth, and I'm not enjoying the taste. All right, that's retarded. Okay. Anyway, my brother Nicholas had some thoughts on the show too, so I'm gonna let him take this section.
Okay, everyone, so this is a video about the people I would kill if I was on the show. The old Nick. See, why I would have killed him was because he was just a plain jerk. He was a plain jerk. He was messing around with Glenn, and he'd think Glenn wouldn't do crap, which he didn't in the first place. But I would have killed him if he was messing with me. He shot me in the shoulder, and then he presses down the bullet wound. Seriously, bro? So I would have killed him completely. Bang, right in the head. Next person that needs to die, like that I would kill completely, Gabriel. See why I would kill him? He's a snitch. He's a snitch. Okay? He said that the group was dangerous. He tried to turn on them, and then he doesn't know how to do anything. So he's like a burden. He's just hanging. He's like the empty boxcar at the end of the train. Nothing to do with it. And then the third person that needs to die, Ron. He makes the dumbest decisions to me. Like, he's mad at Carl. He wouldn't help him just because petty jealousy. Because Carl stole his girl. Because he didn't get some of the yum yum.
Carl ain't even smashed though. He didn't even smash though.
Anyways, I would kill Ron because I would let the wolf kill him. Like, I wouldn't even kill him myself. I would let the wolf kill him. Like, they need to kill him off. He follows Rick and Morgan, knowing that there's gonna be zombies there. The dumbest crap ever. At least I wouldn't have killed him if he wasn't jealous and he actually knew what to do with himself. He's an idiot. when that guy died, I would have grabbed the machete. If I was on, I would have grabbed the machete and ran inside and stayed in the place that they were, in the kitchen, by the front door and the back door. That's what I would have said. The third person that needs to die, that I would have killed before he got bit by a zombie in the face, Carter. You notice how in the episode before JSS, everything that Rick said, he questioned. Like, Rick's a cold-blooded killer. He knows what to do. Why do you have to question everything that he says? It makes no sense. You're just putting yourself.
Oh yeah. Anyway, the entire episode, except for the whole Holly crap, is it's amazing. You know, it's so out of nowhere because you expect something bad to happen, but you don't expect it to pop off almost immediately. Carol's in the kitchen cooking a casserole. She sees that Mean Girls type lady smoking a cigarette outside of her lawn, and then out of nowhere, a dude with a machete cuts her in half. And then crap pops off. People are dying in the streets, and you think this is it. Like, there's no way that our survivors can make it out of this a situation of this magnitude alive without Rick. But we're wrong. Carol steps up, Carl steps up, and it's all spectacular. It's especially funny. The funniest part of the episode is Ron. Ron is just a punchline in this episode because he's hiding behind a tree out in the open, I mind you, and then the wolf shows up and he's booking it, but Ron can't run for Jack nothing, man. He's almost dead, and Carl saves him by popping the cap in this mofo. And as soon as Ron sees Enid walk out the house, you can see the sulky teenager mode set in on his face, and Carl's like, "Come in, man, I can protect you. Like, there's murderers outside." And Ron's like, "You're not my dad. My dad dead." And he runs off. And I kind of hoped he would die, but I guess not. I just really want to know why Ron was put in there to be such a retard. He's stupid. Kill him off, please. No, Jesse. First of all, Alex Beckenbridge is one of the hottest actresses I've ever seen. If you've seen her in that hot maid outfit in American Horror Story, you'll get a boner the size of the Panem something, I don't know, the Empire State Building, whatever. But anyway, her scene where she wants to protect her kid, and so she goes out there, and this chick, the wolf chick, knocks her to the ground, and you think it's over for Jesse. I didn't want it to be over. Jesse's too hot to die. And the chick goes to grab the gun Jesse had, and Jesse takes a pair of scissors and she shanks her in the chest over and over and over again. And the way, I just love the acting, because when she screamed, that punctuated the violence. Jesse's never had to do something like this before. Jesse's a strong individual, but she's never had to outright murder someone. She's been relatively safe from the world outside in Alexandria. But now she has to get her hands dirty to protect the lives of her children. And she stabs the lady to death, and Ron walks in the room, and you can tell by the look on his face that he sees Rick. He sees bloodied Rick when Rick popped his dad right in the forehead. And when Jesse, that final stab in the head, you think that Jesse's trying to just put her down before she reanimates. No, that's vengeance. That's basically like if you get your butt whooped by the nerdiest kid in school, and then he just sharts on your face. That's what it was. And I loved it, because it's great character development to have to push Jesse that far, because we learn time and time again in The Walking Dead that you don't want to mess with someone who has kids. So it was just amazing to see her character in that place, because in the comic book she's a pretty meek woman. She's very weak, and she really needs Rick to help her in her struggle, where in the show it's not really like that. She needs help from Rick, but mostly that's just to get the crazy dude out of her house. She can stand up to Pete and say what's on her mind. She was steady. She wasn't uncertain. She reminds me of Andrea from the comics. Now, if we could have gotten Andrea's original character instead of the whore that was the TV show Andrea, maybe she'd still be alive today. But anyway, that's just my thought.